Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Open phone lines right now, 508, just after 5 o'clock. Thank you, each of you, for listening to the radio show. I so appreciate you are watching on Super Talk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. We appreciate all of you. At 8 minutes after 5 o'clock, we just finished up with an hour-long discussion with a political candidate for the 7th Congressional District, John Thorpe, asked to appear on the show, and we gave him an hour to do so. And the interview was what it was, and it's getting a lot of reaction. If you have any reaction, 615-737-99. Wait a minute, 86. There you go. Almost forgot the telephone number.
What were you gonna say?
It's 9960. I was going to say the last 4 digits of the Contours LLC telephone number because I get confused sometimes. 615-737-99.
Words are hard.
I know. Well, letters and numbers, they're very difficult. 615-737-9986. Let's see. There are, like I say, many reactions, but none more vociferous, I guess you will.
Ooh, big word.
Yeah, than 5175, who says, instead of respecting John for his effort to bring ideas and options, you get your combative attitude tuned up for absolutely no reason other than you need to show, I guess it is, your debate skills. Man running for office, all odds stacked against him. Jesus H, Matt, I have to turn you off. You got a long way to go before you're a good radio host. You're right, I do, and I understand that I do. I understand that I am far from perfect, and I get my dander up from time to time. Here's what I'll say about the conversation that we just had with John Thorpe. John Thorpe has not voted in 25 years. He admits that. He just registered to vote when he decided to run as a Republican in the Republican Party that he said was broken and a part of the problem. So make it make sense for me that a man who sees the Republican Party as a part of the problem decided to run as a Republican after not being a Republican nor voting for any Republicans over the last 25 years. Secondarily, he said he would have voted for Ron Paul. Well, he had an opportunity in a primary to vote for Ron Paul, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I wasn't in the state of Tennessee, but he was on the ballot in the primary when he ran where I was, and he had that opportunity to vote for Ron Paul, but he chose not to because he didn't vote in primaries. But you don't have to be. I mean, we're an open primary state, so all you have to be is registered to vote in order to do that. You don't have to be a Republican in order to do that. One way or the other, I would say this. A lot of that did not make any sense. Add to that, a little bit of internet sleuthing, and you'll find out that there's considerable money coming in from an organization called Your Community PAC, which traces its roots back to George Soros, that is spending money on behalf of John Thorpe. He has an opportunity to stop that, or at least to ask them to stop, and he's not done so. Thirdly, I don't disagree with him that I invite I don't belong to any political affiliation myself. I consider myself a small L libertarian, but I don't belong to the Libertarian Party as much as I don't belong to the Republican Party as much as I don't belong to the Democrats. So I can respect someone that's trying to infiltrate a system as an outsider, but I don't have a lot of respect for someone who maybe doesn't do their homework in terms of where they're giving their money to. My money means something to me, and so Thorpe's not wrong that when I go on Google, I recognize that I'm advancing certain aspects of their politics. Well, when you work with an organization like the web designer that he works with, you're advancing some of those politics. So one way or the other, I don't think it's going to be a significant enough development in the 7th Congressional District to cause Matt Venep's an issue. What I wanted to do, I did not know if John Thorpe was aware that he was being used by leftists. And he said that he was. I mean, he brought up Your Community PAC before I did. And he brought up the fact that he was aware that this money was benefiting his political campaign before I did. If I was of the political position, as I understand it, that John Thorpe is in, I would not want socialist leftists advancing my cause for me, and I would say something about it. But one way or the other, I don't believe that it's going to create a significant enough blip against Matt Van Epps that it's going to create a dynamic by which Afton Bain might win that election. Hope you enjoyed the interview. If you missed any of it, it will be podcast up on our page, 997wtn.com. You can also find it on Supertalk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. 5175, who was giving me grief, saying that I was being nasty and mean, and said that there's no reason other than your need to show your debate skills, and I have to turn you off. I miss Phil so much. You got a long way to go to be a good radio host. And then I ran for the 5th District as an independent against Bob Clement as a Perot supporter. You get to a point you can't listen to the Republicans or the Democrats. Well, that's the point, friend. Then if that's where John Thorpe was, then why did he try to run as a Republican? 5 others ran as independents in that election. All of us ran with simple platforms, term limits, balanced budget, line item veto for president. Instead of just talking, I ran with no chance of winning. That wasn't the point. It was to show disdain for the system, support another independent for president. We cost Bush that election. 17% of the vote went independent. That was the last time until 2016. The rest is history. I'm familiar with Ross Perot's impact on the 92 and 96 elections. Was it 92 and 96? Yeah, he ran both of those. Yeah. 615-737-9986. Wayne is next up on the Matt Murphy Show. Wayne, thank you for calling. How are you?
Hey, Matt. Thanks for taking the call.
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to say one thing about Mr. Thorpe. He's kind of ignorant of Tennessee politics. He made the statement that he couldn't vote for Mr. Paul in the primary because he wasn't registered as a Republican. In the state of Tennessee, we don't register by party.
Correct.
You register, and then you vote in whichever primary you want to vote in. So that already shows he's kind of an ignorant opportunist.
Well, I mean, I wanted to give him it's difficult for me to get past the idea that he hasn't voted in 25 years, but he wants people to vote for him. And maybe that's me being mean. I'm trying. I try to encourage people to run. I try to encourage people to involve themselves in the system. So I wanted to be encouraging, but then, you do a little bit of research on the candidate that you're going to interview, and you start finding out all of these leftists are involved in advancing his cause. And, frankly, you get a little suspicious. You want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But, if you don't understand basic aspects of the political system that you're attempting to run in, then that's a red flag too, Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what stuck out in the interview for me was he doesn't even understand the basics of, voting in the primaries in Tennessee. So what makes him think he's qualified to actually be in Congress?
Well, I mean, good for John. I wish. Thank you, Wayne. I wish him well. I mean, look, and I'll give him credit. I told him after the interview, I said, "Listen, I know I was hard on you. I hope you don't feel like I was too hard." He goes, "No, that's part of your job, and it is a part of my job. I just I have a difficult time suffering fools gladly, and." There was a lot of tomfoolery for me and a lot of circular conversations and just stuff that didn't make a lot of sense to me in that interview, honestly. Chad is next. Hey, Chad.
Hey, Matt. I will start off by saying I'm not in his district, so I can't vote for him anyway. But like him, I would probably agree with this guy on a lot of his policy. But the fact that he won't go out and vote himself and expect other people to vote, that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I didn't vote for Trump, but I did get out and write in Ron Paul, write in what I believe in. At least I showed up.
Yeah, I mean, I voted. I remember, I guess I voted. Yeah, I held my nose and voted. I hate even admitting this, Chad, but I'm going to admit it. Just me and you talking. I voted for Mitt Romney. Ugh, gross. But I didn't vote for John McCain, boy. I voted for Bill Barr, who was running as a libertarian in 2008 when Obama and McCain were going after one another. And I've written in plenty of write-in candidates because I feel like it's my duty to do so. So I agree with you.
Correct. I just wanted to put that out there. I don't understand why he thinks he's entitled to anybody's vote. He doesn't even vote himself.
I appreciate you, Chad. Thank you for the call. They didn't let him run as a Republican because he hasn't voted in 25 years, and the Republican has. Yeah, no, I know that. I mean, but the point is, it's circular logic, right? You're telling me you haven't voted in 25 years because the Republican Party is broken. And because you're so sick of the fact the Republican Party is broken and the two-party system is broken. Think about this for a minute. So I'm not voting anymore after 2000. I'm not voting. This is a broken system, and it's broken because of these political parties. I'm sick of it. And then finally, after 25 years of being sick of it and not finding a candidate worthy of breaking my streak and going to the polls and voting, I finally decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix it by running. And then the first thing you do is try to run as a Republican? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you start off as an independent and it be a central plank of your political campaign that the two-party system is broken if that's what you have believed over the last 25 years that has prevented you from voting? Instead, you run to the very system that you claim is broken, and you demand that they make special dispensation to allow you to run as a Republican, despite the fact that you haven't voted in 25 years. And they're not going to do that per their bylaws. So you get out of that race and run as an independent as a foul or a foil. Larry is next. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Matt. Thanks for taking my call.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm still above the daisies, man. That's a good day for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to hear from you.
Well, now I'll share this real quick with you, too. My former next-door neighbor, who was the Bad A Apache pilot, him and his new wife brought me over a whole big casserole dish, man, of homemade lasagna night before last. They just showed up.
Homemade. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, just knocking on my door and
How was it?
And there they are.
Was it good?
Oh my God, it's still good, man.
I think if I got a day to live, I want a big old thing of lasagna. I love it. Absolutely love everything about it.
Yeah. I mean, it may have been even when I had lasagna in Italy. This may top the lasagna I had in Italy.
Wow, that's pretty good.
But
man.
Anyway, Mr. Thorpe, I think you actually treated him very well. You certainly did a better job than I would have. He all he did was talk in circles, Matt. If you, and just like the last caller said, if you haven't thought enough about the elections to get off your butt and either write in a candidate or go vote yourself or go vote, for somebody in 25 years, who do you think you are to expect anybody to vote for you?
Well, here's my best analysis. And I was, in the interest of disclosure, I was texting Chris Hand, who had him on his show as well, because I try to make sure that, I'm not out of bounds here. I'm not out of line. And I was trying to figure out, is this guy a part of the leftist system that's using him, or is he just a useful idiot? I'm not calling him an idiot, but that's a phrase. That's a term of art. That's so is he just being, and the best I can figure, if you asked me to break him down, this guy was disillusioned by the political system for a long, long time. One day he got out of bed and he decided that he's going to run for office, hasn't voted in 25 years, hasn't associated with politics in 25 years. He decides he's running for office because he can make a change. He tries to run as a Republican, and they don't let him, and he got butthurt because they won't let him. And that's not the way that any of this works. And so because he's butthurt, he then, post-butthurt, adopted the party system is broken philosophy and decided to run as an independent. And when that happened, then the leftists swooped in and are attempting to use him as a way to try to get Afton Bain elected. I don't think he's a part of the leftist cabal. I think he's being used by them.
Well, I'm kind of on the fence about that. because we know Afton Bain is getting a bunch of her money from Soros-funded agencies. But for this guy to knowingly use and pay a very far leftist group to set up his website, you couldn't get a high school kid to set up a damn website.
Well, and it's not like it's that great of a website anyway that you couldn't get from any other organization, or there's 1,000 of them out there. There's maybe 10,000 of them out there. So, Larry, thank you for the call. I'm glad you're doing better. I've got to run. It's 24 after the hour. You're listening to Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. We got Nincompoops in the news on the way just after the bottom of the hour news. Plus, let me tell you, Dennis Ferrier, full credit where due. Fox 17 did a piece on a subject we've been talking about from time to time on this radio show, and I want to share some of that with you coming up in a couple of minutes. It's on property taxes in Davidson County. I don't know what the hell the mayor thinks he's doing, but what he's doing is he's shuttering local businesses that have been here for a long, long time, and he's going to, I mean, some of you would suggest that the real Nashville is already dead. And I respect that. I mean, I don't have any disrespect for folks that lament how it used to be and lament how it is today. However, it's ongoing. It's happening right now because of the actions of the mayor and this ridiculous, dare I say, leftist, borderline socialist city council. So we're coming up on that in a minute. In the meantime, 5175 finally says, I was in the original Tea Party. Well, like you mean like Boston Tea Harbor or Boston Harbor?
Oh, you guys probably met there, Matt.
I was one of the engines. I was dressed up like an Indian. Some of them dressed up like an Indian. Did you not study in your civics? I was dressed up like one of them engines.
Is that noise really necessary?
I can get away with that. My grandpa's Cherokee.
I'm Cherokee.
I got a quarter of Cherokee in
so
me,
we can all get away with this. You have a go, Jackson. No?
I will not do that in no microphone.
You don't want to do that?
These things live on the internet forever.
Yeah, well. You ever met you ever meet a Native American in New York City? You know what they say? How the hell are ya? That's what they say. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. That's what they say. Thank goodness the break is done. Jackson in here grilling me on my heritage, Ken. Good gracious. Good gracious.
I will get to the bottom of this.
My grandfather
released the 23andMe.
I've never done it. Would you do one with me? Have you
We're
ever
not
done?
Related. That's not...
No. Would you do a 23andMe or a similar type of one of those genetic
sure
layout? Have you ever done one?
No.
Would you do one?
What?
I'll pay for yours if you do it with me.
Okay.
Ken, you in?
I'm not doing that.
Come on, Ken.
No way.
You want to know where the Weavers came from?
I know where the Weavers came from.
Ken's killed people. That's what I just heard. Ken doesn't want his genetic profile in the system because they'll get him back. He killed people in 83.
Ooh, I'm also out. I forgot about that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like them having my DNA.
Yeah.
Well, they don't talk in them Boise, Idaho hills.
All I know is my dad's side came up from Florida. My mom's side from over there in Virginia.
So it's a good question, Jackson, honestly. My grandfather always told me that my great-grandfather on his side, his father and mother, his father was full-blooded Cherokee Indian and his mother was half Cherokee Indian. And so that, I guess, makes him 3/4 Cherokee Indian. And then my dad was like a quarter Cherokee Indian. So whatever. I never was able to do that.
I'm like a 16th. I don't know why I said quarter.
I did. Yeah, you did say quarter, and who was it? Somebody said truffle butter ain't a quarter anything. I don't know what that means, but they said that. So
you just thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny. 23andMe is shut down. What?
Yeah, you can't do it anymore.
Why not?
I think they got in trouble.
Probably selling your spit.
Surely. You're funny, man.
Spit here, $20. $20.
You're funny, dude. You know that?
Hot loogies, ready to go.
We did it. Hey, Ken, we did it for our dogs. We did. They have a dog version of the 23andMe. It's called. Oh, I
You're
forget what it's
those
called.
people.
I mean, we're not those. I don't care, but we did it for our dogs.
Where'd they come from?
Lil Munson is a dwarf.
A dwarf?
Yes, he's a dwarf.
Little fella.
So
I like little Munson.
Munson's a chunky monkey, but he's got little short legs. And we thought he had corgi in him, right? Yeah. So we did one for John Henry because we were told that John Henry was half Great Dane, and it came back half Great Dane.
Well, there you go.
So he was half Great Dane. And so we decided to do one for Muntz. And
What about Mrs. Weasley?
we haven't done one for Mrs. Beasley quite yet, but we did one for Muntz. You do a little swab in their mouth, send it off, and so they don't see pictures or anything, but they come back. They described Munson exactly, but they said he had Great Pyrenees in him.
Wow.
And then he has a few other things. And then down at the bottom, they said, we strongly suggest, based on our analysis, that your dog, Larry Munson, has a chromosome that causes dwarfism.
Little fella.
And I'm like, well, he's a dwarf.
That's why he's got them little legs.
That's why he's got his little short legs. But we don't tell him. We don't want him to get a complex. We don't tell him about all that. Hey, Jackson.
Yeah.
Hit the music, would you, there, buddy? It is time, it is time, it is time. Ken Weaver, Matt Murphy, and Jackson Williams, a.k.a. Jay Willie, a.k.a. Reaction Jackson, and sometimes a.k.a. Trouble. Oh, you accidentally cut my microphone off. It is time for Nincompoops in the News.
That
where
was not an accident.
I know. We've done one thing on this show that annoys you. And I try to be respectful. One thing annoys you, but I don't want to let the audience know it because if they find it out, then it's over, and I don't know what to do with it at that point.
Then what'd you just do?
I did it again. I can't help myself. I poke it. I poked the butter.
You're poking the bear.
Don't mess with the butter, the truffle butter. So it's who won yesterday? Anybody know?
I don't care.
I think it was me.
I think it was you.
You said
too.
a whole bunch of people were saying Ken Weaver.
A lot of people were saying Ken Weaver. It was between you and Jackson. We're going to go ahead and give it to you because Jackson, quote unquote, doesn't care. Ken, your nincompoop, sir.
Back on November 9th, a carjacking suspect who stole a truck hauling porta potties was arrested following a hit-and-run crash on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. Santa Monica police say that the commercial vehicle, a Ford F-550 truck that had a trailer full of multiple bathrooms as cargo, was taken in broad daylight. Police said one of the portable toilets came loose from the truck and fell onto the road near Sunset Boulevard after a hit-and-run crash.
Oh, no.
No one was injured during the crash. That's good.
Yeah.
They found the carjacker almost 2 hours later, running into the ocean. Didn't have any pants on.
Covered?
Apparently, there in California, they have helicopters that follow all these crashes.
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently, Sky Cow was there as police were taking the man into custody and wrapping a towel around him.
Good.
He's going to jail.
That's tough. So porta potties.
Yeah, stealing porta potties while he's naked.
What do you think he's going to do with this porta potty?
Maybe he had an emergency.
Black market porta potty?
Same place to get your spit.
I think this fella had probably committed another crime and was trying to get away, so he carjacked the first vehicle he ran across, and it happened to be this Ford F-550.
Big old truck.
Hauling a whole bunch of porta potties.
Well, when you got to go, you got to go.
Boy, you do.
You do. I'm going to give you fellas an opportunity to pick mine for me. I got two really good ones.
I've got a good one, so I'll go, and then if it's my story, you can do your backup.
Here we go. All right, go ahead.
All right, New York DoorDash driver arrested after sharing video of naked customer passed out in his own home.
What?
An upstate New York DoorDash delivery driver has been busted on felony charges after filming a half-naked customer passed out drunk on his couch, which she later claimed was a form of sexual assault. Olivia Henderson, 23, from Oswego, New York, amassed millions of views last month after posting several videos on her TikTok account, including one showing a man with his pants and underwear around his ankles.
Oh, no.
The driver was arrested last week and faces up to 8 years in prison if convicted of 2 felonies. She had been the one to contact cops, claiming she had been deliberately lured by the man, even though he appeared to be passed out in his own home. My customer requested that the order be left at their front door, and when I arrived at their house, their front door was wide open, and they were within the eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch, indecently exposed to me, she claimed in one TikTok video. However, Ring camera footage to the rescue, as it shows Henderson let herself into the man's house, and police have said there is no indication she was encouraged to go in, let alone film. Her own video indicates that the male was incapacitated and unconscious on his couch due to alcohol consumption, police said in a statement. The DoorDash driver subsequently posted the video to social media, where it drew significant attention, cops said, confirming that the DoorDash driver had made claims of being sexually assaulted. Henderson later also accused DoorDash of deactivating her account for no reason. The delivery service, however, made it clear it had no choice given the video she shared, while stressing it fully supports workers from sharing issues that make them feel unsafe. Posting a video of a customer in their home nude and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. The company had said when she was first arrested.
It was a minor detail.
This is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers, while we investigated, the company said. Henderson now faces 2 felony charges, one count of unlawful surveillance in the 2nd degree, and 1 count of dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the 1st degree. If found guilty, she faces up to 8 years in prison.
Wow. Wow.
Who among us hasn't fallen asleep while we've got our undershorts around our ankles sitting on the front sofa? I mean, come on. He without sin.
Guys' night.
Man.
I don't know why this inspires me to report this, but I received an earlier communique. From one of our alert listeners that said, by the way, I forgot to tell you fellas, I had some mommy-daddy time with my wife.
Yeah.
And I 100% yelled, brace for impact. Remember? We told him. My wife thought I was drunk. Remember, I told I don't remember what we were doing at Nincompoops, but I told her that next time you have some special alone time, just yell brace for impact.
Special alone time.
That fella needed to brace for impact there. All right, cryogenic freezing or resignation due to racial slur?
Freezing of what?
A human being.
Let's go racial slur for 200, Alex.
I'm glad you did, because this one legit ticks me off.
Ooh,
so
here we go, Brother Murphy.
Des Moines, Iowa, a Des Moines public school, I guess the Des Moines Public Schools has forced an employee to resign or be fired after she reported a student using a racial slur by using the word to explain the student's conduct. According to state records, they indicate that Ann Esslinger worked for the school district as a full-time employee monitoring students in study hall at Lincoln High School until she was forced to resign this past May. Story just coming out this fall. The day before she resigned, she was overseeing students at study hall when one of the students began harassing another student and used a racial slur, commonly referred to as the N-word. According to testimony at a recent hearing on the matter, Esslinger asked the student to stop using the slur and immediately took the student to the Student Services Center for potential discipline. So, kid uses the slur. Y'all with me so far?
Yep.
She gets that kid out of there and says, let's go to the office.
I thought you said Ken uses this.
No, not Ken, kid. So, while waiting in the Student Services Center, the student again used the slur. Esslinger instructed the student to stop saying the word, but the student then continued to repeat the word. Esslinger allegedly tried to get the attention of a discipline coordinator to help her with the student. In doing so, she said, I need you out here. Do you not hear him? Do you hear what he's saying? The discipline coordinator appeared not to hear Esslinger or notice the student. And in order to get the coordinator's attention, Esslinger said, he keeps saying, and she said the word.
Oh.
At this point, the discipline coordinator reportedly walked over, took custody of the student. Esslinger returned to the classroom where she had been working. Later that day, she was summoned to a meeting with district officials and asked what happened. According to hearing testimony, she was told at that time that she would be required to resign or be fired as a result of the incident. My goodness gracious in heaven, the Des Moines public school system, they're a bunch of nincompoops. So you have a situation where the woman's trying to get the guy's attention, trying to explain to him what he's repeatedly doing. She finally gets exacerbated by the situation and says what he's doing. In reporting what she says he's doing, that is wrong, that she took him to the office for, she gets fired. We are living in a world of idiots.
That, what?
I mean,
how'd that turn around on her?
I don't know. She got frustrated. I don't know. Obviously, she shouldn't have said the word, but my goodness gracious, she was trying to do the right thing. You give her a slap on the wrist, send her back to the study hall. Just awful. Awful. Nincompoops all around at the Des Moines public school system. The cryogenically frozen story.
Yeah.
Dude cryogenically froze his wife who had cancer in 2018 in hopes that they find a cure for the cancer. But now he's got another wife and he doesn't know what to do with her.
Oh, my. Is that real?
Yeah.
That's horrific.
And he doesn't want to pay the monthly payment anymore.
Oh, goodness.
I bet that's not cheap.
I mean, I imagine not. Cryogenic, I mean, you have to be kept at negative 320 degrees, Jackson. That's a negative 320 degrees.
How do they reanimate you, though?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. We finally ran out the, yeah, there you go. Negative 320 degrees. The Institute was founded in 2050. This is over in the Shandong University Chiru Hospital. That's the Shandong.
Sean's what?
Shandong. You say it, buddy.
I'm good.
Yeah, I bet you are. Better watch out.
So,
I hope that doesn't get cryogenically frozen.
goodness.
Yeah, and
That's a weird one.
the Shandong Life Science Research Institute claimed that the woman's in stable condition. Her cellular structure has not undergone any abnormal fluctuation, but if they stop paying, they're going to have to cut off the power.
Yeah.
So, there you go. He's a nincompoop, too. There you have it. Two from me. It's 615-737-9986. That's Nincompoops in the News. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Matt Murphy and you. We've got news coming up in just a couple of minutes. Still plenty of stories to get to. Also, the eagle has landed, as they say. Kamala Harris has landed in town, and she apparently, I was just sent a video, and I ask a legitimate question. It looks like Justin Jones is transitioning. Watch the video and tell me if you don't think so. I think Justin is just to Kamala's left. The video that I just posted on my social media platform at Matt Murphy Show. I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm a little confused. I'm not making a joke. Y'all go look. See for yourself.
What are they doing?
Well, they're walking through the crowd. He's got his hair down, got his hands all kind of up like this, looking. And he looks like he's got a nice pantsuit on. I don't know. One more hour to go.
What's Kamala wearing?